Welcome to What's Trending, the show keeping you in the know with all that's happening in lifestyle and entertainment. I'm your host, Stacey Campbell Marshall. Today, October 2nd, is observed as International Nonviolence Day. This day also celebrates Mahatma Gandhi's birthday, paying homage to his legacy and its impact on both social and political change. Today, we are encouraged to embrace the transformative power of peaceful conflict resolution and emphasize dialogue over violence. It was established on June 15, 2007, according to the United Nations resolution. Beauty mogul Rihanna announced that Fenty Beauty, Fenty Skin, and Fenty Eau de Parfum will be making its way to the Caribbean on October 24th. It will launch across 9 Caribbean islands, including the Bahamas. Bahamian customers will now be able to shop the award-winning shade range, universal skincare products, and unique fragrance that has proliferated Rihanna's mission, Beauty for All, and the boundary-breaking standard she set with the brand's debut in 2017. The products will hit shelves here at John Bull, and yours truly has been invited to attend the launch, so I'll tell you all about it. And Good Times actor John Amos has died. The 84-year-old actor played the patriarch of the family on the popular 1970s sitcom. He also earned an Emmy nomination for his role in the 1977 miniseries Roots. His publicist Belinda Foster confirmed Tuesday that he died of natural causes in Los Angeles back on August 21st. May he rest in peace. Coming up in today's show, we're taking a look at customer service and how it can be improved. We'll see what Bianca over at IA is mixing, and art in action at the Sun, Sand, and Souvenir Shop. This and so much more after the break.
I told you that Bahamian plants like cascarilla, cerasee, and even strongback can be infused into a spirit that not only uplifts you, but also does your body good. Join me on a journey with Bahamas Botanicals as we venture from bush to bottle. I'm Leah Cooper, and this is Good to Grow.
Good to grow. Keeping you in the know. Keeping you in the know. God, it's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow. It's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow.
That's right, you've heard correctly. Bahamas Botanicals' sole purpose is to bolster agriculture here in the Bahamas by infusing bush medicine and native fruits into a variety of spirits. Senior Vice President Andy Fowler says first on the lineup of healthy spirits is their Cascarilla Amato.
Cascarilla Amato is really a herbal digestive, okay? And the benefit of it, you tend to ease, helps in digesting your food after a good meal.
Fowler then took us into their botanical storage room.
These are all the raw products that we've harvested, that the farmers, various farmers harvested for us, and for us to do our developmental work.
He also gives us a sneak peek on a new product.
We're looking at a male aphrodisiac. As you know, we're quite known about for our plants and what they can do, whether it's a love vine, whether it's a camalame, whether it's a strongback, whether it's a featherbed. And so we are very excited, and having traveled to Italy and gotten their input into this particular product, we're very excited about the potential of this particular product.
Fowler says the company has been researching and testing products since 2008.
Over that time, we've been working with various botanicals. We didn't just wait until the plant, until the facility was finished. So we started our research with soursop, featherbed, cocoa plum leaves, guava, yellow papaya. I've mentioned cerasee, allspice. We have pineapple. So this vision started long ago, and we're very excited now. We're at the point where we can begin realizing and taking all that work and now formulating these, crafting these products that we believe Bahamians will enjoy.
Keeping you in the know with Good to Grow, I'm Leah Cooper.
Customer service is something every business must be acquainted with, especially if offering goods and services. But there are instances where some disconnect happens on the part of the customer service representatives and or clients. Joining us to help us navigate this area that can become a little thorny at times is the CEO of Astute Talent Management, Ahmad Rashad Thompson. Welcome to What's Trending.
Thank you so much for having me. It's great to be here.
So tell me, we see the posts on social media whenever people have a bad experience, and it often brings great debate. Describe to me what you think is the customer service climate in the Bahamas.
The customer service climate in the Bahamas, I believe, has a lot to be desired. There is this notion that you're doing a customer a favor or the customer is doing you a favor rather when he or she comes to your organization to patronize you. And that is completely the wrong mindset to operate from, because every customer in this day and age specifically has a choice. And choices extend beyond a brick and mortar, they extend beyond even in your phone. And I think we have a lot to do, a lot of work to be done in our country regarding customer service, which I think is sometimes off-putting, because we are known around the world as a warm and hospitable people, but from time to time you experience something completely different from that in organizations and in establishments around the country.
We're living in a time where social media is so easy for somebody to go on there and give your, business, a bad review.
Absolutely.
Tell us why customer service is so important.
Listen, customer service is the bread and butter of every organization. No one is in business for fun.
Right.
My grandmother always says if you're in business to make a profit. And you make profit by selling your goods and services in a meaningful and impactful, engaging way with customers. When customers come into your organization, they have a choice. Their choice is, I can spend my money or not. And you, as a service provider, have an obligation to render service that the person can feel comfortable with, can feel seen through, and also want to spend more money. I always tell my clients, when a customer is happy, they are more inclined to spend money. They want to spend more because you made them feel good. Similar is true when you make them feel bad, right? And I think if you think about when you've been to a restaurant or a hotel and something went wrong, and the person didn't address it the way you thought they should, or they weren't as quick as they should be, you start to see every little minute detail that you never paid attention to prior to that issue happening.
Absolutely.
And that's how important it is, because now the customer is attuned to what's wrong in your organization when you put them off in the wrong way.
And do you believe the old adage that the customer is always right?
I don't believe that.
Okay.
Contrary to popular belief, I believe that the customer is not always right, but there's always a right way to handle every customer. And I think as you as a customer service provider must understand the dynamic you're working in the moment you engage a customer. There are several types of customers, 4 types really. There's a driver, there's someone that's really expressive, there's someone that's really amicable and very, very nice and doesn't want to cause any trouble, and there's someone that's very analytical. Each of them, once you identify who they are looking for the same thing. They want expedient, they want quick, and they want costly, inexpensive service.
So give us some tips that each customer service representative should always keep in mind when serving the customers.
The first thing I would say is professionalism is the order of the day. You are not in a Grammy place. You are at someone's organization earning a salary. Act that way. That's the first thing. The second thing, please look the part. Listen, I see you before I see you. And I'm going to spend what I want to see in an organization. And when you look as though you don't want my money, I'm going to take it somewhere else. You are responsible for the way you present yourself, and I encourage you to always put your best foot forward. The third thing I would say is that you are always in control. As a customer service provider, you are the expert. You are the one that knows the most about your organization, and you want me to know more as a customer. So bring that out. Engage me in a way that makes me want to say, you know what? I never thought about spending another $100 today. Perhaps I should, and here's how and here's why.
Yeah, so what are some definite no-nos that should be discouraged when it comes to customer service?
The first thing I learned in customer service when I worked in Burger King many, many years ago was that I shouldn't take things personally. The woman or the man behind the wheel of a drive-thru with 4 screaming kids spending their last $25 is not concerned about my mom in that moment. So when he or she references her in a derogatory way, I don't need to take that personally. They have no idea who she is in real life. They are concerned that this is the last $25, they're sure and making noise, and there's food ain't gonna last me between now and time to get home. Do not take things personally. Okay. Understand where this customer is coming from. Exercise empathy. If this were you, what would you want someone else to do? And the third thing I would say is, if you cannot bring the resolution yourself, immediately try your best to get someone who can to the forefront of the conversation.
Because I think we've all been in that position where we just are having the worst day.
Listen.
We are just at our wits' end,
Yes.
but we still need to keep,
I think you have to know how to tap out. You have to say, you know what, right now I'm at a point where I cannot give the best of myself. Would you mind stepping in here and helping this customer through this experience they're having?
So on the other side, how do we empower employers to understand how important training is,
Listen.
For their staff?
There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You cannot expect your team members to provide excellent service and you've not taught them what that means for your organization. Customer service in itself is a wide gamut, right? And what it means to different organizations is different. You have to establish what your standard is in your organization and train and teach and empower your team members to embody that standard and bring it out daily. You must invest in your customer service training because that's the only way it gets better. If you don't teach what you want to see, how can you expect to see it in the long run?
And do you do that? So at Astute Talent Management, it's so important for someone to be able to come in, assess the situation. Do you go into companies and do that?
I love to experience a day in the life of an organization. I want to understand how easy do you make it for your team members to actually render good service? Is the environment conducive to offering that? Am I working in a funny place, I can't find the word, but am I working in a situation that just make me not want to offer the best customer service? Do you treat me as your employee with respect? And so I can come into organizations, we can do what we call a day in the life of to understand the circumstances, the dynamics, see how your team members see themselves as service providers, and also determine what the best route can be for your specific organization in that specific situation.
Okay, so Ahmad, thanks for these great tips.
Absolutely.
You will be back with us after the break, and we're looking forward. We're gonna look at some real life situations, and then you're going to help us out with those. Stay tuned.
From paradise to paradise, Bahamas Air invites you to embark on a seamless island journey from the sun-kissed coast of Nassau, the Bahamas, to the rhythmic shores of Montego Bay, Jamaica. Soar high above a turquoise tapestry on the most trusted airline in the Caribbean. Our inaugural flight takes wing on November 17th, 2024. Don't delay. Book your idyllic escape today.
I've been shopping JBI Healthy Choice Coconut Milk for years.
And I've been using the JBI jerk seasoning for quite some time now, maybe about 4 years.
And whenever I get my JBI jasmine rice, I love to pair it with the JBI kidney beans. I've been using JBI kidney bean with coconut milk for about 10 years.
I enjoy using the JBI product. I love the green pigeon peas, especially on a Sunday when I have to cook that family meal. I've been using it now for a few years. My family love it, and we all enjoy it.
I normally make my own jerk, but this is the next best thing.
Try JBI.
And I want to wish you a happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, JBI.
Thank you, Bahamas.
Thanks for staying with us. We've been discussing customer service in the Bahamas with a view of improving on it with the CEO of Astute Talent Management, Ahmad Rashad Thompson. Now, Ahmad, we have 2 tape scenarios here, and we'd like you to take a look at the first one.
Absolutely.
Hours with these people, you wouldn't believe, they take it I can see somebody in sales, please.
Well, that's it.
Miss, I haven't been on the phone for a long period of time. Can I just talk to somebody in sales? Girl, you wouldn't believe I keep calling these people and I tired talking to them, man.
Okay, so Ahmad, what went wrong here? How could this have been better?
So many things. This person obviously walks into an establishment frustrated, angry, concerned, with a need to be addressed. And the individual behind the desk did not even remotely address what was the issue. They didn't try to find out, ask any probing questions, or understand what might be the root of this individual's frustration. Additionally, she got defensive. Hands up, miss, just have a seat. We can get to you when we can. That is the first thing you never want to do. You never want to further incite a customer's frustration and or anger. She did nothing to ask any questions. She did nothing to kind of dissolve the matter. And she didn't even see him concerned. She didn't even see him bothered, if you will, to understand what she could do differently.
All right, so we have another video. We have a second video, and we'd like you to critique this one as well.
Absolutely.
Hello, how are you? Yeah, can I speak to somebody in sales or marketing? Sales and marketing. Yeah. What do you want done? Okay, I think I want something to go on like the community page, or no, I think I actually want them to go on the news. I think. Okay, which one is cheaper? Community page or 7 p.m. news?
Call them. Okay. Find out if someone is available, and I'm sure they'll come on customers that are free.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, matter of fact, okay, I think I need to revise a few things, so I'm actually gonna come back. Okay?
No,
thank you. All right, thank you.
Okay, so again, in this scenario, how could the representative have handled things better?
Yeah, this is definitely a lost opportunity. You have no idea what this person wanted to accomplish and how much they were willing to spend. This is a sale lost. There was a difference. She was a bit more pleasant. She was a bit more personable in this example. But what she didn't do was to get any information about how to contact this individual, what follow-up she needed to be done, what services she actually needed. She asked no probing questions. She did nothing to understand what the customer's need was. And so she let that individual leave the building, leave the establishment with all their ideas, all their questions, no answers, and all their money. So she got nothing from this customer. The customer can easily go to another place to find out if the same thing can be done. And when she comes back, she has no leg to stand on. She's starting right back from scratch to understand what she needs to do, what doesn't need to do to get her situation resolved.
Okay, well, thank you for those tips.
Absolutely.
Now tell me, for the employer who feels that the talent pool out there is just a scary place and there's no quality, staff to be hired, what advice do you have for them?
The first thing I would say, I want to remind organizations that you get what you pay for. So start there.
All right.
You are looking for someone to demonstrate excellence, but your situation doesn't exude excellence, whether that's the employee experience, the customer experience, the organization itself, the culture in the organization. All of these things shape and frame the customer service experience for your organization. What that's going to do is, if you invest in the employee experience, they invest in your customer experience. So the first thing I would say is you get what you pay for. Second thing, don't rush the brush. Take your time to find the right talent. Is the person you're hiring actually interested in customer service? Is this a natural gift of theirs? Do they enjoy engaging people? When the person tells you in the interview, I don't like talking to people, and you hire them because she's pretty, or she's tall, or he's slim, that's not going to bode well for your business. Right. Listen to people when they tell you the truth. That's the second thing. The third thing I would say is have a model for what you want your customer service to look like. If the person's coming into your organization do not match that model, don't hire them. You're going to run the risk of spending time rehiring and retraining people within 1 year, and that's just not going to work well for the organization.
And what do you say for that employee out there who, wants to brush up on their skills? They want to learn and do a little better, but they just don't know how to.
Yeah, listen, there are several free courses online that you can enroll in to become a better customer service expert. There's Coursera. There's also Udemy or Udemy, depending on how you pronounce it. These are organizations that offer virtual training courses. And if you stay tuned to Astute Talent Management, we've just wrapped up a virtual customer service training course that we're going to be airing sometime the end of this year. And you'll be able to log into our platform and use that as well to develop your skills, whether you work for yourself, whether you're working for an organization, or you want to just brush up on those skills that you desperately need to take your career to the next level.
And how do people reach you on social?
Yes, I'm on Facebook, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Instagram. Ahmad Rashad Thompson on all of those socials. You can find me, and also Astute Talent Management on Instagram as well.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Thank you for all of the tips.
Thank you.
Appreciate
it's
it
a pleasure
so
to be here.
Much.
Thank you so much.
We'll have more after the break, so don't go anywhere.
Tourism today. Bahamas tourism today.
At the first Bahamian Business and Investment Forum in Washington, D.C., Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, showed investors that the Bahamas is open for business.
Many of the reasons our tourists come to the Bahamas are the reasons that investors should consider the Bahamas. We have dollar parity with the USA. We have a stable, uninterrupted democracy and a peaceful, hospitable people. We have visa-free, seamless travel from the United States with pre-clearance and TSA pre-check on the way back. We have a strong, growing economy that has allowed us to build modern infrastructure throughout our archipelago. And what we're doing in tourism, opening up more and more direct connections to allow more people to come from more routes, has meant we have direct, non-stop flights from more than 20 major U.S. cities. You can get to us easier and faster than ever before, meaning that you can do business more quickly. We have modern infrastructure, dining and entertainment options that rival anywhere else in the world, including well-known hotel brands like Rosewood, Four Seasons, Montage, Hyatt, SLS, and others, all across the islands, and having beautiful beaches doesn't hurt either. I outline these developments so that as investors and business persons, you may foreshadow the myriad of opportunities available for participation in our fine country.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Joshua Robbins, and this is Tourism Today.
This next bit of news is for those of you who plan to travel to the United Kingdom after January 2025. The United Kingdom has plans of expanding use of its Electronic Travel Authorization, or ETA, to all remaining citizens worldwide, including those of us from the Bahamas, Canada, EU nations, and the USA. This will affect all travel to the UK from January 8th of 2025. The British High Commissioner, Mr. Tom Hartley, said in a press release that Bahamians have long benefited from free and easy access to the UK for tourism and are one of the few countries in the world from where visa-free travel is allowed. The High Commissioner clarifies that the rollout of the new ETA scheme will not affect this privileged access, which is a reflection of our close history and partnership. So what does applying for an ETA do? The High Commissioner explains that it allows the UK to check your documents as well as reason for travel in advance. And over time, it will reduce time at the UK borders like Heathrow and other ports of entry. For any Bahamians traveling to the UK from January 8th, 2025, the High Commissioner encourages you to apply anytime after November 27th. In fact, it's easy to apply online, and the cost is just £10 or about 13 Bahamian dollars. If you have any questions, contact the British High Commission to have them addressed. A mother-daughter duo is doing more than just bonding and are instead bringing their artistic creations to life for locals and visitors. Take a look.
Well, Blended Creations is a mother-daughter brand. We do a lot of mixed media art and handmade crafts. We use a lot of seashells, resin, natural elements, things from our beaches, because we find that's what a lot of our customers like. I am an avid beachcomber, so I love going to the beach and collecting seashells and finding different treasures. I enjoy listening to the ocean and just watching the waters and the waves come in. So that kind of inspired a lot of what we do.
Kristen L. Gordon is one of the vendors in the Tourism Development Corporation's Sun, Sand, and Souvenir Shop in the city center. The store's operator says a number of visitors check out the location, but she's hoping to boost those numbers.
We find that we get a lot more of attention from the tourist market. They tend to enjoy the fact that everything reminds them of their visit here. A lot of the things that we do just reminds them of being in the Bahamas, more especially the first-time comers.
And she uses well-known elements to create standout pieces.
So the piece behind me, we call that one Sensational Chester, and that was the piece that my daughter and I did, that we did for Independence. So we had it displayed for the whole month of July and part of August, and it was created with his face was created with sand, and a lot of the background is more textured, so we wanted to make it 3D. The other pieces we have around the store, some of them are also beach themed. We use resin, we use acrylic paint, we use glitter. Everything for us needs to pop. Like, I have no problem with just using paint, but I need something to really bring it to life, and that's how we got into mixed media. So once we combined all of the different things, then the piece really speaks to people.
And it's something the artist finds enjoyment in.
I enjoy creating my seashell pieces. It allows me to be expressive. I can put things together however I want to put them together. It's such a peaceful journey when we're creating. It's like nothing I've experienced before.
And having a space to operate from adds to the experience.
Oh, this opportunity has been great for us. I think that something like this would be something that all of our local markets, our local vendors, our local small businesses, that they all need to experience something that's being given to us just for us, to give us an opportunity to expose and to show everyone out there what we can do as small businesses. So this exposure is indeed a blessing.
Today is Wednesday, and how better to get over this hump day than with a refreshing cocktail? Who doesn't love a smooth cocktail? In this segment, one local bartender shows us how she mixes in our What's Mixin' segment.
Hi, my name is Bianca, and I'll be preparing for you today the Mediterranean 75. It is the very first cocktail that was made at Meze Grill, and it has been around for over 10 years. It is served in a champagne flute with a little twist of Prosecco, and it is made with Tanqueray 10 gin, Prosecco, and cucumbers. Can't get any more refreshing than that. First off, I'm going to go in with the lime juice. It's gonna go with ½ ounce of lime juice, ½ ounce of Saint Germain, and then we're gonna go in with the Tanqueray 10 gin. Gin and Prosecco pairs very well. It gives it a nice refreshing, especially with cucumber, a nice refreshing light drink. So if you wanna get started with some happy hour, for happy hour, this would be the go-to drink. So Meze Grill is a Mediterranean restaurant, so we make the cocktails to pair well with all the Mediterranean meals. And like I said, this one would be the go-to to start, because of the Prosecco inside, it's good to get your palate started for the meals at Meze. I'm gonna give it a shake. Double strain to get rid of all of the excess ice shards. And the best part, topped off with Prosecco. Last but not least, can't forget the cucumber, just for the last final refreshing flavor. All right, and there you have it. The Mediterranean 75. You can find this at Meze Grill. Cheers.
Escucha voces en tu mente y corazón. Haga lo que quiere, no le da una razón. Escucha voces en tu mente y corazón. Haga lo que quiere, no le da una razón.
From paradise to paradise, Bahamas Air invites you to embark on a seamless island journey from the sun-kissed coast of Nassau, the Bahamas, to the rhythmic shores of Montego Bay, Jamaica. Soar high above a turquoise tapestry on the most trusted airline in the Caribbean. Our inaugural flight takes wing on November 17th, 2024.